A Catholic woman in rural Georgia wrote two of the most violent novels in American literature from her bedroom and then died before she turned 40. Her name is Flannery O'Connor. And if you haven't read her, you really should. Here are four books to get you started. So before you start with any of her books, you're going to want to start with a short story. Start with A Good Man is Hard to Find. It's 20 pages long, and in it, a grandmother convinces her family to take a detour on their road trip, and they meet a man called the Misfit. I'm not going to tell you what happens. O'Connor said she wanted readers laughing right up until the point they realized they shouldn't have been. That's the O'Connor experience in 20 pages. The last line is going to sit with you for weeks and weeks and weeks. So the first book will be Wise Blood, written in 1952. It's her debut. A young man named Hazel Motes comes home from the war and starts preaching on street corners for a church that he just kind of made up, the Church Without Christ. It's a novel about how the people running from God the hardest might be the ones who actually believe the most. O'Connor called Hazel a Christian in spite of himself, which I love. Nobody else in American fiction has written a comedy this savage about faith and religion. Make sure you read it slowly. The second book is The Violent Barrett Away, written in 1960. It's about a 14-year-old named Tarwater, and he's been raised in the woods to become a prophet. His great uncle dies on page one, and Tarwater has to decide whether to fulfill his calling or refuse it. O'Connor doesn't care whether the calling of prophecy is real or not. She cares about what happens inside of a kid who keeps on hearing it, regardless of if it's real or not. The third book is interesting because it's not actually a published novel. It's called Why Do the Heathen Rage? O'Connor was writing this novel when she died, so all we have are fragments. It sat in an archive in Georgia for decades until a scholar named Jessica Wilson spent 10 years piecing together what we do have, and she published a book in 2024 about it. It's not the novel because the novel doesn't exist. It's the scenes left behind by O'Connor. And what she was reaching for was a novel about a Southerner who was trying to figure out how to be a Christian during the civil rights movement. O'Connor knew she had a blind spot on race and was trying to kind of write her way through that question, and she never got to finish. The question she was answering in the novel is one that we're still living today, very much so. Flannery O'Connor died of lupus at the age of 39, the same disease that killed her father. She wrote from a dairy farm in Milledgeville, Georgia, in 4-hour mornings before the disease took the rest of the days from her. Writing on borrowed time, she gave us 2 novels, 32 short stories, and some of the most honest letters any American writer has ever written. She's worth your time, I promise. Read her.